welcome to the Rapid Return Show, powered by Otis AI. I'm your host, Clarence, and I'm sitting here with Chris from PhotoSesh. Welcome, Chris.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me, Clarence.
I'm excited. Please tell us about PhotoSesh.
PhotoSesh is a marketplace of photographers. So right now you can basically go onto our platform and book a photographer anywhere across North America. We have about 9,000 photographers across the continent. And right now we're boasting that we're the easiest and fastest way to book a photographer today.
Wow. And who's your customer? Like, who needs to summon a photographer?
Who doesn't need photos in this visual era we live in? I mean, everything's visual nowadays. So, but who needs it most? Businesses these days, when they need to get their footprint out there, they need to be having that great first impression. They need eyeballs to see and process things, and I'd say small to medium businesses are a great focus. And also you have the large corporations with the bigger budgets as well, more complex things, but businesses, the quick answer.
And how much does something like that cost? Like, so let's say I have a restaurant and I want to have a photo shoot so that I can have pictures of my menu items and maybe like the location. Well, what does something like that run me?
Well,
Ballpark.
I'd say before solutions like, Otis that coming in to help businesses get things done more efficiently and probably better return on investment. Just like Otis, PhotoSesh kind of created a little bit more of a streamlined, efficient process where we were able to. Excuse me here. Well, just like Otis, PhotoSesh was able to streamline a little bit more of a process that was way more expensive in the past and less efficient, less return on investment than it is today. A solution like ours can now bring that cost down to about anywhere from $100 to $250 range.
Wow.
What maybe in the past been about $400 to $700. Because if we're able to kind of have a solution at scale and create some efficiencies, you can just kind of pass that savings and that overall success to the end customer.
It does remind me a lot about Otis because you're talking about taking something that is traditionally cost prohibitive to do right, but also very important to have done right, and you're making it accessible now to the people who need it the most.
That's the quickest way to say it. Yeah, for sure.
A comparison there.
Absolutely.
And I also, on the Rapid Returns show, we talk a lot about what Otis does, right? The performance marketing, the placements. But I always tell customers that marketing is about getting the right content in front of the right customer at the right time. And you're the content part, right? So if we're talking about the right content, then I think that it's important to understand why professional quality images and also genuine images, right? Because there's stock photos out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
But stock photos they look like stock photos. They do not perform the way that genuine photography does. So kind of like, do you see that? Do you get that? Do you hear that from people that you talk to? Like,
oh, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, not only are the people recognizing that original content photography can stand out and be more impactful, but the algorithms are noticing it too, and they're being designed for that. And if you want to rank high in a certain category, Google knows what's going on, and they know when to penalize and when to reward. And it seems that original content photos seem to really spike rankings across the board. And as far as content in general, I mean, there's some data out there that says the obvious. I mean, the human being processes images 60,000 times faster than plain text. And if you're not worried about your digital footprint, you're behind the ball. Like you're in trouble, and you're not really even trying to really get to that next level.
Right.
So digital, anytime I see a solution that's focused in the digital marketing era, I'm always a believer, I'm always a supporter, I'm always interested in what they have to deal with, because as long as we have eyeballs, this game is not changing. It's a need, it's a priority, and it's going to survive every type of cycle out there, because we're in the digital era. This is the beginning of the digital era, and I know you could echo this statement, but we are in the beginning of this. It's an infancy level stage, and we haven't even cracked the levels that we can really see this going.
I completely agree, and I think you hit the nail right on the head. Today's going to be a little bit different because my tip of the day is for you out there. If you're going to make an impression, we talk about impressions in online advertising, right? You are making an impression. Make it a good one. Invest a little bit of money in quality image. People will notice. The algorithms will notice, and I think it can be money well spent. You can do it with PhotoSesh. If that tip helped you, and especially if you booked a photo shoot with PhotoSesh, please let me know how that went. And if you have any digital marketing related questions, please leave comments below. If you would like to try Otis and get rapid returns for your company, you can go to meetotis.com/rapid returns, and we will match your ad budget for the first month up to $250. Thank you.